Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Your favorite season is back, and now's the time you can score savings at the Team Automotive Group. You can sell your vehicle to us, and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Score VIP service and save at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours and your little slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours. We start today's show, as we typically do with Louisiana news, and the reiteration of something that we've been sounding the alarm on with increasing frequency. There's no other way to say it. Well, there could, now that I think about it, be some vulgarity thrown in, but y'all know your buddy Clarence better than that. Suffice it to say, we are failing our children miserably. You've heard over the last couple of years how the ages of juvenile offenders for violent crime, we've watched it get lower and lower and lower. And it seems as though just when we thought the ages couldn't get any lower, not only would they do so, but the crimes would become more and more heinous. This one rocked me to my core because it's wrong on so many levels. Last week, a 16-year-old girl here in East Baton Rouge arrested for soliciting a 16-year-old male acquaintance to murder her mother. The 16-year-old male acquaintance carried out the dastardly deed of murdering this 33-year-old adult for an agreed-to price of around $200. This is just wrong on so many levels, y'all. First and foremost, it's your mother, for God's sake. Not knowing anything about this child's home life, not knowing anything about the type of woman that the mother was, not knowing anything about this. But the fact of the matter is, it is the woman that gave you life. It is the woman that carried you for 9 months and allegedly, according to law enforcement, this all stemmed from an argument over where she would live. The 16-year-old male acquaintance, obviously, had been failed by society because not only, allegedly, did he not see a problem with murdering an adult at the age of 16, but he agreed to do it for a couple $100s. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. Meanwhile, in Laplace, a 15-year-old shoots a 19-year-old female and leaves her in the front yard to die. Last week, as we were on air, a shooting unfolded at a local corner store in a neighborhood here in Baton Rouge, and a 17-year-old African-American male murdered. A 16-year-old has now been arrested and charged with that murder. In Hammond, at a high school football game, a 15-year-old murdered. Y'all, we are failing our children miserably. Ironically, just yesterday, 6 adults and 3 juveniles arrested at a, wait for it, brawl at a middle school. What is so very telling about this particular incident is that according to news reports, the 6 adults and 3 children arrested, none of the kids were actually students at the school. One of the adults was there to pick up the child of a friend. Wasn't even her child. And you're rolling around in the dirt like an animal, setting this sort of example for our children. And we all sit around scratching our heads, trying to figure out, well, I just don't know what these young people are thinking. Do y'all realize maybe the numbers will help put it into focus for you? We still have 2 months and change left in this year. Did you know just in East Baton Rouge, so far this year, 16 juveniles have been accused of murder? You heard me right. We still have over 2 months remaining in the year, and 16 juveniles have been charged with murder. Y'all, we are failing our children miserably. You don't have to be an Einstein to figure out where this is going, y'all. You don't have to be the brightest bulb in the chandelier to figure out this is not going to end up well for our children or our society. I guess that's one of the reasons why when I talk to the God that I love, I ask him, Lord, if you truly love me, please shelter me, keep me away from these fools that are running around here talking about white supremacy is the greatest threat to America and to black people. Because I would lose it. White folks ain't the problem. We are. Yeah, I said it. We are our own worst enemy. Here's a question. Take a guess. Of the 16 juveniles arrested in Baton Rouge so far this year for murder, how many of them are black? Oh, and here's another question. How many other black people did they kill? It's nothing anymore for a 15, 16, 17-year-old to murder someone at the drop of a hat. I don't know what it's going to take, y'all, to awaken us from our slumber. I don't know. I mean, I have, for God knows how long now, tried to ring the alarm, ring the alarm, ring the alarm, bring light to the fact that we're failing our kids, y'all, miserably. And we will find every excuse in the book not to fix it. We will find every reason in the book to blame other than where the blame actually goes. And we will accept any and just about every excuse that those we elect to lead us come up with. And in the meantime, our children are continuing to be murdered. Our children are continuing to murder. And our children are dying, y'all. First break of today's show. When we come back, second segment, Tuesday. You know what that means, right? As if this wasn't enough of another edition of Not As Just Stupid. Sit tight. That's next as we continue the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Bolello's Furniture and Appliances. Your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The 2022 Mazda CX-5 with iActive all-wheel drive and available turbo engine. It truly ignites the senses.
Save on your new CX-5 right now during the season of discovery at Team Mazda.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
For the second segment of the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. If you are new to the station, new to the show, you may not be aware that in response, direct response, mind you, to the ever-growing, mushrooming, exploding level of stupidity in our country, we've instituted a new segment entitled, Now That's Just Stupid. You'll notice, however, as the graphic shows you, we're not just talking STUPID, you know, regular, run-of-the-mill, ordinary stupid. The level of stupid we're talking about here requires its own spelling. Hence, the graphic, STOOPID, as in, now that's just stupid. So we start today, surprise, surprise, with the federal government. Need I say any more? You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg this week with George Stephanopoulos was talking about how many pollsters are of the opinion that the Democrats are losing steam at the 3-week out mark from the midterms, as if they actually had some momentum to begin with. But I digress. So he was asked about this. Why do you think it is that people are saying, you know what? Y'all not doing a good job. Things are horrible. You know what this clown said? Well, the problem is we've got so many accomplishments, it's hard to talk about them all at one time. You heard me right. This fool wants you, because I know he doesn't think I'm going to believe this garbage. This fool wants you to believe that Joe Biden has done such a good job, has accomplished so many good things that it's impossible to talk about all of them. Let me ask you something. How good you feel about inflation? When you go to the grocery store and realize that compared to what you spent a few months ago, or a few months before that, or a few months before that, ever since this administration took office, everything has gone through the roof. You feel pretty good about that? Let me ask you something. When you look at crime all across America, you feel like that's an accomplishment? You look at the millions of people walking across our borders illegally and setting up shop as if we didn't even have a border. Is that an accomplishment to be proud of? In many places, you still can't get baby formula. In many places, store shelves are never fully stocked. And in many countries around the world, the international leadership looks at us as a laughingstock. But Pete Buttigieg says, well, the real problem is we've accomplished so much stuff that it's impossible to talk about it at one time. You know, there is something to be said about living in an alternate universe. Being able to look at something everybody else looks at and see it completely opposite. Go to the store with same amount of money you went this time last year and see what you can buy. Go to the gas pump today versus when Trump was in office and see what you pay. Go to pretty much any inner city America and look at the homicide rate, look at the number of fentanyl overdoses, and then come tell me about all the great stuff that you've accomplished. Too much stuff to tell me about at one time. Of course now, you could very easily make the argument that this stuff just rolls downhill. For those of you not old enough to remember, there was a saying that became popularized in the 70s that I'll clean it up for you. It says, stuff rolls downhill. They ain't say stuff. Ask your mama, ask your daddy. They'll tell you They'll tell you later on. Stuff rolls downhill. And in this particular case, that would be true. It starts with Joe Biden. Just this weekend, as he's out going to buy ice cream, when the last time you've been able to afford Baskin-Robbins? That's what I thought. Joe Biden was asked about the economy. You know what Biden said about our economy? And I quote, "Economy strong as hell." Excuse me? The economy strong as hell. Quote, end of quote. Let me ask you something. Is your wallet strong as hell right now? Your 401k, is it strong as hell? How about the tip jar where you work? Is it strong as hell? Joe says the economy is strong as hell. You know, it's one thing for the people who are supposed to lead us be completely out of touch with reality. That is what that is. Understand something here. It can happen to the best of us. If you surround yourself with people that, like you, have a vested interest in not seeing things for what they truly are, then you could see that happening. But for the millions upon millions upon millions of Americans every week that are struggling to make ends meet, for the millions upon millions upon millions of Americans that don't have the purchasing power that they did mere weeks ago, for the millions upon millions of Americans that are thoroughly disheartened on where our country is heading, you know the truth, don't you? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, Nancy Pelosi, all these clowns are going to, over the next 3 weeks, try to fill your head with a whole lot of crap. Oh, the economy's strong as hell. There's no crisis at the border. Crime is not really all that bad. They're going to try to fill your head with all sorts of crap. But you, my fellow Americans, you know what time it is. You know better. I only hope that in the next 3 weeks, we as Americans show these clowns in D.C. and state houses all across the length and breadth of this grand republic of ours that we as Americans have had enough. If I could borrow a phrase from the legendary statesman and philosopher Popeye, I done had all I can stands, and I can't stands no more. It's time, my fellow Americans. It's time. Let me get this bottom of the hour break out of the way. When we come back, this is not a good look. We're coming back home when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Your favorite season is back, and now's the time you can score savings at the Team Automotive Group. You can sell your vehicle to us, and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Score VIP service and save at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. This has all been so very painful to watch. The premier law enforcement agency of our state, Louisiana State Police, have found themselves continually, in recent memory, on the wrong side of bad publicity. The horrific death of Ronald Green has opened a wound in the soul of my state that God only knows it's going to take how long to heal. It has been instance after instance after instance where the public's faith, trust, confidence in our premier law enforcement agency has been shaken. Some would say down to its very foundation. Last week, the investigative unit for the local ABC affiliate, WBRZ, Chris Nakamoto, we got to come up, Marty, with a new name for Nakamoto, because dude is relentless. Pitbull just does not begin to suffice the name we got to come up with for Chris Nakamoto. But I digress. Say again? Yeah. We'll come up with a new one. The investigative unit at WBRZ revealing last week that former state trooper Carl Cavalier, the whistleblower in the Ronald Green case, was offered $200,000 to settle his case and make it go away. Maybe it's just a sign of the times, but you've heard me say in recent memory on a wide range of topics, this is not a good look. For his part, the former trooper says this is not about money. This is about getting the truth out there and exposing and hopefully restoring faith and trust in, again, what is arguably the premier law enforcement agency of our state. Whether or not we ever find out the absolute truth, every rock is overturned, every stone is overturned, and we find out everything that there is to know about everything that there is to know in the Ronald Green case. Only time will tell. But at the end of the day, if it is not, the most egregious harm in all of this, my humble opinion only, will be to the psyche of the average Louisianian. The average Louisianian deserves, through the paying of taxes, deserves through moral and psychological support, deserves through believing in our inherent goodness, to be able to trust state police. And when things of this nature happen, as you might imagine, for some people, it's really hard to have that faith restored. Now, if you thought it couldn't get any worse, if you find yourself saying, now, Clarence, I don't know what you're about to tell me, but it can't be any worse. Au contraire, mon frère. Just keep listening. Last week, and it's hard to imagine they would not have seen this coming. Last week it was announced that state police has a new compliance division. Okay, with me so far? New division, compliance. They'll be focusing on fair and impartial policing, okay? De-escalation, okay? And community engagement. That's what this new state police agency will be focusing on. Impartial policing, de-escalation, and community engagement. Here's the problem. The guy that they put in charge of this new state police agency designed to implement impartial policing, de-escalation, and community engagement is the same guy that state police disciplined and admonished for using the state police database to search his ex-wife's name over 46 times in a 2-year window. He also, while he was at it, ran the names of her fiance twice and her ex-boyfriend 4 times. Let me see what kind of dirt I can dig up on them. So let me get this straight. After state police found this out, that he had been using the state database to check up on people with absolutely nothing to do with any criminal investigation at all, you reward him by putting him in charge of a new department? Listen, y'all. Listen. Y'all know your buddy Clarence. Over 40-some years now, y'all been listening to me, watching me, and you know, hands down, I am as pro-law enforcement a brother as you will ever find anywhere on planet Earth. You're not going to find anybody black that cares more for law enforcement and the military than Clarence. But bruh, y'all didn't see this one coming? Y'all didn't think, we got this new department and we're focusing on impartial policing and de-escalation and community engagement. Well, yeah, we know about it. Who you putting in charge? This guy. Well, wait, bro. Hold on. Didn't he run afoul of all sort of state and federal regulations? Well, yeah. And you gonna put him in charge? You don't think that's gonna come back to bite you squarely in the buttocks? Is there some contest that I don't know about? Is there some contest where Florida, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana, we have a contest to see who can do the absolute dumbest thing on the planet? Is there some contest I don't know about? Maybe after 2 in the morning, there's the let's see what these fools are doing network. Today in Louisiana, yesterday in Arkansas, tomorrow in Florida. Did you not think about this at all before you did it? Y'all, there are very few wounds that hurt nearly as much as self-inflicted wounds. It's one thing for your buddy showing off, being a clown with a weapon, and it goes off and shoots you in the leg. That hurts. I couldn't tell you about it, but I've heard it hurts. But I got to imagine if you the fool playing with your own gun and shoot your damn self, it hurts even more. Really, y'all? Really? This is the guy you put in charge of the new division. Let me ask you something. Do you think this move is going to restore confidence of the average Louisianian in state police? I don't think so, bro. Just saying, just an observation. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think so. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be yet another example. You don't give people aha moments. That's what this is. For those who want an excuse to demonize law enforcement, this is an aha moment. Aha! You see, I told you they corrupt. Aha! You see, I told you. And you walk right smack dab face first into it. Final break of today's show. We'll get it done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
segment of the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, life has a funny way of teaching us things. Experience is pretty much agreed to be the best teacher. You can sit down with a book, study that book over and over and over again about how to do a certain thing. But typically, it's only when you do the certain thing yourself that you really, truly learn how to do it well. You've heard me say for years now, and I am proud that I coined this phrase. When you fail to govern yourself, you consent to be governed. Meaning, if you don't exercise the discipline needed in whatever it is that you're doing, at some point, those above you will then have to step in and force you to do the right thing. When you fail to govern yourself, you have in essence consented to be governed. Now, the fact of the matter is, as I get older in life, thank you God, I've come to realize some of y'all need to be governed. See, real Americans, we want government to stay out of our lives. Keep your grubby little fingers out of my pocket. Keep your little stupid, frivolous laws off the books. And let me, as an individual, raise me and mine to take care of our own. And then we won't need you. But some of y'all just can't do right. Marty, you remember the guy in the movie Life, Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy? Who was the guy in real life? You know his name that played Can't Get Right? This guy, if you've never seen the movie, no matter what, he just couldn't get right. Can't do right for nothing. Recently, a couple years ago, the good folks with the Jambalaya Festival and the Christmas parade in Gonzales warned the people taking part. All right, y'all, listen now. In the words of the late Isaac Patty Greggs, understand me thoroughly. We're family friendly. We're family oriented. We don't want all that cussing. We don't want all them rap songs with all that vulgar, this, that, and that. We're not going to have that. So what happened? You know what happened. We came out there and blasted out anyway. So last week, since you failed to govern yourself, we are now going to govern you. It was announced last week there will be no music on the floats and in the cars this year for the Christmas parade. The Coca-Cola truck and Santa's sleigh, that's the only ones playing music. Why? Because you clowns want to go out to the freaking Christmas parade with Shake Your Booty and God knows what I can't say on a family-friendly show some of the lyrics that you idiots are out there at a freaking Christmas parade. Here's a question. Who goes to a freaking parade where you know there's going to be children, and in all likelihood, baby Jesus going to be in the manger somewhere within a stone's throw away? And this is what you playing loud enough to be heard all the way back in Baton Rouge. Really, bruh? Really? And now we got the nerve, the unmitigated gall to run around here scratching our head. Well, I don't know what them young people thinking these days. Oh, you know, you part of the reason. You a good part of the reason why. Why? Because you fail to govern yourself. We should be so embarrassed over this, y'all. We can't abide by the rules of something as simple as a freaking Christmas parade. All they're asking is that you take into consideration there's going to be a lot of very, very young kids here. Don't come out here with music. Every other word is a cuss word. Not a curse word, a cuss word. I mean, they're going at it like 40 going on. And all you got to do is look around and see this look on God knows how many parents and or children's faces. But will you govern yourself? You one of them clowns that needs to be governed. Maybe one of these days, I'm not a betting man. Y'all already know this, so I wouldn't dare take odds on this. But maybe one day, just maybe, we will get back to the old premise of simply doing the right thing just because it's the right thing to do. I had some neighbors once, moved here from someplace else. I ain't gonna say where. But they would do stuff nobody else in the whole complex would do. And I would always ask myself, can't you see that you're the only one that does this? If nobody else does it, then it's kind of a given that it's not acceptable to the people that live there. Sadly, it ain't the first time, and it ain't gonna be the last. Time's up and I gotta go. But this day, just like any other, you know what? I give it to you. You are spot on. America, we ain't perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's still the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Either way, ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you soon. Love you much. God bless.